I'm Steve Kuhn, and this is my company profile of Zappos, the customer support company that sells everything. Now, first and foremost, the company originated in Nevada in 1999 under the name ShoeSite by idea man Nick Swinmurn. Originally, the idea was to focus on selling the widest variety of shoes, and then over time, more products were added. Now, from the get-go, Nick Swinmurn tried to get assistance from a man named Tony Tsie, who was an already successful entrepreneur. In 2001, Tony had decided he had invested so much time and energy that he ended up joining Zappos and was a part of the renaming for the company. He was also the person who indicated that they should relocate from San Francisco to Henderson in 2004 when they were struggling to continuously hire new staff. In 2009, Amazon bought Zappos for $1.2 billion, and most recently, in 2013, Zappos claimed the Las Vegas City Hall, pictured right. Now, there are two primary founders with Zappos. First is the founder, Nick Swinmurn. He's a 1995 film studies grad and kind of just a jack of all trades with a little bit of web development experience. Then, as stated previously, there's 2001 co-founder Tony Tsie, a previously successful entrepreneur who sold Link Exchange to Microsoft for $265 million. Nick would end up leaving Zappos in 2006 due to boredom or claiming that it just wasn't what he wanted to do anymore. He moved on to other companies, whereas Tony took the helm and ended up retiring in mid-2020. Unfortunately, he died a few months thereafter. And here we have some honorable mentions of the recent CEOs since Tony. Now you might be wondering, what was the initial problem that brought about Zappos? Well, as stated, Nick is the idea man behind this, and he was looking for a certain kind of shoe, a style and color, and after hours, he couldn't find it. So he came to see, while brick and mortar stores were a great place to shop for local customers, and catalogs were an okay way to shop from home, there was this third option, e-commerce, that had just become available. But it was seen as kind of a fad. So, embracing the fad, Nick decided that by establishing an e-commerce site just for shoes, that he might have a real business potential there. With help from Tony Tsie, ShoeSite evolved into Zappos, and now they are one of the most successful shoe retailers online. Regarding their market, as we can see on the right, I have a bar chart here of the company's gross revenue. In the beginning, when Nick Swinmurn was originally establishing ShoeSite, he interested Tony Tsie by expressing to him that the 98 US footwear market accounted for $40 million. Now, that's in-person shopping. Regarding the market with e-commerce, the market steadily grew from a $12 million industry in 1998 to a $3 billion industry in 2009. According to the US Census, in 2015 to 2017, 1 in 20 sales were used via catalog, meaning 19 in 20 were e-commerce. If we refer to the bar chart, you can see that in 2004 there's a massive jump in profit, almost more than 2 times. This is because Zappos adopted a 24/7 customer loyalty program in order to increase their customers' satisfaction. In 2005 to 2007, the company reevaluated what was important to it, and as we can see, it only helped things grow in an exponential rate. And finally, 2009, where the graph ends, is when Amazon bought the company. Now, the marketing for the company is actually fairly simple. They primarily rely on social media and their community outreach. However, under Tony Hsieh, they did attempt to renovate parts of Las Vegas in order to make Las Vegas a secondary Silicon Valley, if you will. In addition to all that, since they're associated with Amazon, they've become quite a well-known name when it comes to clothing and apparel. And at about 2005 to 2006, the company began experimenting with a pay-to-quit program. Essentially, they offer new employees a month's salary to quit their jobs. The logic here being that if they choose to stay, they're clearly dedicated people that care about the cause and they want to be a part of Zappos' family more than just being paid. Now, the finances were a little tricky because 1999 was Y2K, the web bubble, and software was still being sold out of retail stores on a CD. Now, Nick Swinmurn managed to raise $150,000, some of it his own, majority of it from friends and friends of family. However, in 2001, Tony Hsieh came to the rescue of ShoeSite and provided an angel investment of $500,000, which essentially got ShoeSite, now known as Zappos, back on track. In the continuing years, Tony would invest another $1.5 million into Zappos in order to spread the company's resources and establish more of a baseline for the company. In 2005, the company finally broke even, 6 years later. From all of this, I gather 4 main points. Just because you can find a problem that exists because lack of technology or an old way of doing things doesn't mean you have the complete picture. Understanding a solution is only the first part. Understanding how it impacts your consumers and your customers will allow you to create a perfect product. Culture, as expensive as it may be, is valuable, not only because it's the people that we work with and listen to, but because it also helps the company grow and establishes another marketing option. And finally, do one thing and do it really, really well. Thank you for listening. This has been my company profile of Zappos. I hope you found some of this information interesting or new, and I wish you a good day.